Aray.
You're clear to engage all targets. Losing ground. fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Beat them down or capture the objective. Going back to the front line. Good. Drop bag headed your way. Gas is closing in. Relocating the signal. Gas is inbound. The enemy took that one. We'll be back to finish it.
One more.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. It's easy to switch to Fi from the comfort of your home. Purchase a new phone or use the phone you have. Then set up your phone plan from home in just minutes. Only pay for the data you use with Google Fi's flexible plan. So when you're on Wi-Fi a lot and don't need as much data, you'll only pay $10 per gigabyte used. All without contracts or hidden fees. Sign up at fi.google.com.
Hey guys, it's Max. We just got in the brand new iPhone 12 Pro, and today we're going to be comparing it against the iPhone 11 Pro. But this isn't your typical comparison. Not only are we going to be covering the differences in design, size, performance, and those standard kind of things, but we're going to be touching on things that nobody has covered yet, such as the speakers. We're going to cover the LTE speeds, not only how much faster 5G is, but how much faster is the 4G modem in here if you're in an area that doesn't have 5G, because that's also been updated. We're also going to be doing things like testing out MagSafe, and we're going to see if we actually are getting 15 watts out of this. If you guys didn't see the previous video yesterday, you might want to check that out. And answering the question, if you don't buy Apple's new 20-watt USB Type-C charger, do you still, like most Android phones, much slower? As you guys know, there is no charger, 20-watt USB Type-C charger. Do you still get 15 watts, or is it slower, and how much slower? As you guys know, there is no charger or earpods included in the box, and Apple says it's to help the environment, but we think the main reason is in order to keep the Pro at $999 while giving it the best 5G chip on the market instead of hiking up the price like most Android phones. And because they're getting rid of those accessories and we just have this Lightning to USB cable, the size of the box is half the size, which saves a ton of space in warehousing, which in turn helps the environment and saves Apple a lot of money. Now I have to comment on this. I was kind of skeptical about the Square Edge. I know Vadim, you were super hyped about it. But man, this thing looks and feels amazing. Right away, I'm noticing two different things. First off, it feels more comfortable in the hand than I expected with these square edges. And two, it feels thicker than I expected. The iPhone 11 Pro is 8.1 millimeters, whereas this new 12 Pro is 7.4. That is the thinnest phone in years. And interestingly, before this, I was checking out the SE, which is 7.3, just slightly thinner, and I was expecting this new phone to feel close to the SE, but it doesn't at all. That's because having these rounded edges, like on the SE and the previous iPhones, the 11 Pro, it kind of gives you an illusion of thinness, whereas this thing is significantly thinner, but it feels thicker. Another surprise is that the 12 Pro doesn't feel any heavier, despite it being larger and having this larger 6.1-inch display. And comparing the width, they are surprisingly basically identical despite having that larger display due to the new design. The height is barely changed. So if you're worrying about having a larger phone with the 12 Pro, don't worry. The buttons are lower from the top than before, so they're still gonna be easy to access. And along with that, they do feel a little bit nicer, a little bit more clicky on both sides. Now, that was moved over from the right-hand side to the left, and that's because we have this new additional antenna, 4mm wave 5G. And as for the bottom, we are losing one of the little speaker grill cutouts on the 12 Pro. The camera bump is a little bit larger and the lenses are slightly larger to be proportionate. Now with that, it actually sticks out more so because the phone is thinner, and if we line them up on the desk, the actual lenses are at the same exact level. The flash is also larger, and we have this new LiDAR sensor, but it's interesting that the microphone little hole here is much smaller, so we're gonna have to test out the audio quality. Taking a look at the front, let's go ahead and power it on, and you'll notice a couple things. First off, the bezels are quite a bit thinner. That's because the glass on the front now is completely flat, whereas before it was curved around the edges to meet the frame, meaning that Apple had to stop the display earlier before that curve. Now, another thing that really stands out is with this new 12 Pro, the glass literally meets the frame and you can't even tell a difference. So the frame is not protecting the front, but it does feel very nice. Now the notch is identical on both of them, but because the bezels are thinner, when we stack them up side by side, we do actually have
train station. Isa na lang. Train station, 5 contract sa train station.
have more room on the sides of the notch. The new 6.1-inch display isn't that much larger than the 5.8 in terms of screen real estate, so you might want to look at the Pro Max if you wanted more space. And I do want to mention that the glass is using new ceramic shield, which Apple says is 4 times stronger. Now let's test out MagSafe. This is what Apple is advertising very heavily. It's a new kind of killer feature with the new iPhones, and they even sent out all the reviewers these magnetic sheets so they can show off the magnets. My curiosity is, how much stronger is the connection on an iPhone compared to the case that we tested out previously? So I had that feel right there.
Check your gear and weapons. We go soon. Enemy soldier incoming. Preparation is done. Now you deploy to the war zone. Plunder. Your mission is simple. Secure more cash than the enemy. Set a drop point for your team. UAV overhead. Enemy dropping into the AO. Bounty target is up. Take him down. Extraction is standing by. Mark an LZ for pickup. Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover. Enemy UAV overhead. Contract failed. You're out of time. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy cluster strike. Take cover. UAV is out. Returning to resupply. Enemy traffic into the AO.
Grenade out!
I got movement.
Uy, potongan. Akong patay. Shit.
Hostile dropping. Watch the skies. All cash in the area. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Zero. Good job.
Yeah, actually, I definitely noticed a difference. Pulling up with the case, you actually can feel that it's not that difficult. I mean, we still have a solid connection, but then taking MagSafe and connecting to the phone, this is the same amount of pressure I'm applying to the case, causing it to pop off. But on here, wow, that's a much more solid feel, and that is fantastic. So let's go ahead and test out with the case here. Go ahead and pop it on. And that was a lot easier putting the case on compared to older generations. Okay, it almost feels like it's amplified, but even you're saying maybe it's gonna help. The connection, it feels like it's even stronger using a case with MagSafe than just the phone, and then of course the case by itself is really weak. And now let's test out the new MagSafe charging and see how much faster it is compared to the older iPhones using standard 7.5 watt charging. I'm gonna start out with the new 20 watt USB-C brick, and then I'm also gonna test what do you get if you're using the 18 watt that a lot of people out there have. The results are in, and wow, I was not expecting this. We have 5 watts with the standard Qi charger, and with this one I actually got 7.5 on my 11 Pro Max, so maybe it's not perfectly aligned on here, whereas MagSafe, it's always gonna be perfectly aligned. But with MagSafe and that 20 watt brick, we're seeing 11.76, so basically 12 watt wireless charging. Now this could be for a couple of reasons. The one that I probably think is the most likely is that we are at 79%, and we don't know when Apple is tapering down that 15 watt wireless charging down to 12 or even slower. Now we are going to be doing a detailed comparison between MagSafe charging and fast lightning wireless charging, and then even a slow brick, and then we'll see a full graph, 0 to 100%, how much faster it is overall and where that tapers down. So make sure you guys
by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. All right, soldier. Mark a drop point for your team.
Hit. Oh.
Dropping into the AO. Enemy soldier incoming.
Busan pa ng bala, oh.
radar. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Putang ina. Kala ko nandun pa sa malayo. Nag-aabang na pala. Okay lang.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning to resupply. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy attack chopper incoming. Take it down and secure the cache. Enemy dropping.
Okay lang. There we go.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Is it? Wait.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV overhead.
Pero,
Train station. Apat na kondok sa train station. Be,
yeah.
totoo ba yung balita?
Hindi eh. Alam mo.
Sabi nila, hindi ka na masarap magtimpla ng kape. Ibig sabihin, masarap ka magtimpla?
Walang kawala doon eh. Ang bayan. Lali.
Magaling ka rin daw maghugas ang kamay eh.
Oo nga. Isayin ko na magulo kamay ko parang kamay. Wait lang. Hindi ka naman nalagay.
Check your gear and weapons. We go soon. Warm-up is over. Stand by for deployment. Plunder. Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. Set a drop point for your team.
Ha? Hindi nga eh. Kulang sa ilaw. Mali yung ano ko siguro, angle. Angle naman. Angle.
Bakit sinasabi mo? Bakit? Saan yung base? Bakit? Kasi...
Mas tapusin ito magpaliwanag.
Objective is to eliminate the bounty target.
Nababounty lang.
Pwede itong itapon mo. Ilipat mo.
Soldier incoming.
Oh, nakakampi. Kailangan ng sniper. Let's do this one.
May pin. Life sabi.
Ha? Ha? Yeah. Basta nakaganto naka-live.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Saan yung ano nito? Wala na. USB. Okay.
Hindi ba?
Enemy team is hunting you. Stay alert.
Ay, naku, ang hirap nang walang kakampi.
Mahirap naman ang buhay ko.
Walang kakampi eh.
Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy dropping into the AO. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Five. Enemy attack chopper incoming. Take it down and secure the cache. Enemy soldier incoming.
Oh, pangalan.
AO.
Wala pinatago ng hype na.
Pero,
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead.
Sa likod. Enemy dropping into the AO. Oh, fuck. It just...
Subscribe if you guys want to check out that video. Now let's go ahead and test out using the 18 watt brick. And we have the results with the 18 watt power brick, and this app is showing 9.29 watts with this 18 watter. Now at this point we're at 82% charged, so once again that doesn't tell the full story. Make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications enabled for a detailed charge comparison. We're actually buying physical wattage meters, so that's going to be an excellent video. Getting back to the displays, the spec sheet says that they're pretty much identical, but we did find some surprising differences. The typical brightness is the same 800 nits, but one thing that we do notice is that there is a white balance difference. And this is with True Tone turned on. And without True Tone, we see that the display is actually warmer on the new 12 Pro. Now that's not the only difference. If we take a look at viewing angles, the iPhone 11 Pro actually starts turning quite a bit more blue if you start looking off axis.
Okay.
Ha? Ha?
Holding for deployment. Take this time to
Hold
warm
up.
up. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Training is over. Time to see what you have learned. Enemy dropping into the AO. Plunder. Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in. airstrike. Get down. Primary LC is marked. Extract is standing by.
Come on, get it. Oh, good job.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy attack chopper incoming. Take it down and secure the cache. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Hindi makita.
soldier incoming. Hostile dropping into the area.
This is Builder 2-0. Good copy. Cloud is
Enemy precision airstrike. Get down. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Let's play Christmas music.
Pro is now very consistent, so that's a nice improvement. I do want to mention that we do not have ProMotion on the new iPhone 12, which we really wanted to have, but with that said, based on the battery life results, which we'll talk about in just a bit, it makes sense why Apple didn't add it. And now it's time for our speaker comparison. Apple didn't mention that there were any changes, but we're gonna test it out anyways, so go ahead and put on a nice pair of headphones and let's take a listen.
What's wrong, Socks? What's wrong with you? You stuck, are ya?
Getting stuck sucks. At HostGator, you can get the website you need for where you're at or where you're going.
Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I'll give you guys my opinion because we're hearing it here firsthand, and we actually got some good improvements in every single way, and I was not expecting it. Now maybe the module itself is the same, or the modules, maybe it's just the new design that helps, but we noticed that the highs are more crisp, they're a little bit more sharp, it's louder. the mids are more rich, and we have more bass as well, which is nice. And we tested out using my decibel meter on my Apple Watch, and the iPhone 11 Pro peaked at 81 decibels, and we got a peak of 83 on the new 12 Pro. So that's a 2 decibel difference, and that is a nice improvement. And now let's get into performance, and we're gonna start with what Apple's pushing like crazy, and that is 5G. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my T-Mobile SIM in here, and we're gonna do some speed comparisons. Now, a lot of people are saying that 5G doesn't matter, they don't have 5G in their area, but this new iPhone 12 has a newer modem. It's a Snapdragon modem, so even if you don't have 5G, the 4G should be faster. So we're gonna test both of those. Let's go ahead and get started. I am connected to the same server. Both are connected to T-Mobile. And for the old iPhone, we're getting 3 bars, but we're only getting 2 bars for the 5G with the iPhone 12. But look at that speed difference. Wow, so we're looking at 2.3 compared to 40. Oh, that just went down to 1 bar. And I have to say that we are in a city right now where we're having a snowstorm outside. Usually our reception would be a little bit faster here indoors. And 5G, we have just a slow version, the sub 6, but that really helps penetrate walls and through different things. And maybe that's helping with the snow outside, because look at that difference. Now the upload isn't that different, but the download speeds from 2.3 to 45, and we are in a concrete building as well, so in bad conditions, that's a massive difference. So we just went outside and tested this on the roof, and look at this difference. As far as download, we're getting 28 on the iPhone 11 Pro and 65 on the 12 Pro. Upload, we have a massive 91, which is the fastest I've ever seen here. And then for the 11 Pro Max, it got 49. Now, if you look at this graph, the 5G was extremely consistent, whereas the 11 Pro, it actually was running at about 20 for the upload. And then as soon as our 12 Pro got finished, it went up to 49, which is also very good. Now, of course, your results are gonna vary based on your city. We have pretty slow speeds here in Spokane, but with those slow speeds, the 5G phone, the new iPhone 12, is getting really impressive results. And now for those of you guys that don't have 5G in your city, let's go ahead and go into the cellular data options, and we're gonna go ahead and turn off 5G. We're just gonna go to the LTE. That way, we'll be able to test if you'll get any improvements just with your standard LTE. Let's get started. We're connected to the same server, and one interesting thing is that in LTE mode, our iPhone 12 Pro only has 2 bars instead of 3 with the 11 Pro. But look at the speed difference. How could this be possible if we only have 2 bars instead of 3? Actually, I know, it's the modem. We have a Snapdragon X55 modem, the best currently on the market, compared to an Intel modem, which is, I've been disappointed the last couple of years if you guys saw my reviews. And we did another test outside. It's so cold out there, and both with LTE, both had the same 5 bars, and look at these speed differences. We're having literally 4 times faster download and twice the upload speed, both of them just using standard LTE because of that new Snapdragon LTE chip, or our modem in here, instead of using Intel. So forget about 5G if you don't have 5G, they're marketing it. This is the real results. For everybody that's upgrading, you're gonna get faster download speeds, and people that are in better cities that have faster LTE speeds on the 11 Pro, your speeds might double or even triple. That is very impressive, and I've never seen this good LTE speeds here in Spokane. So if you're somebody that is suffering with bad reception, slow speeds, bad penetration into buildings, you can't stream videos very well, man, this alone might be a reason to upgrade.